Welcome to the deep dive. We're jumping straight into a topic I think many of us wrestle with: time.
Definitely. It always feels like it's slipping away, doesn't it?
Exactly. That feeling of never having enough. So we listed some really, grounded strategies.
Yeah, practical things to help you maybe take back a bit of control over your day.
Right. And our aim here, our sort of mission for this deep dive, is to pull out techniques you can actually use.
Actionable stuff so you can manage time better and hopefully feel less overwhelmed.
Totally. We want you to walk away with something you can try, like today.
Exactly. The sources we dug into, all about practical application, no fluff.
Okay, let's get practical then. First up, something simple, but apparently really effective: the to-do list.
Ah, yes, the classic. But the key here isn't just, listing everything under the sun.
No. What's the trick?
It's about identifying just 3 to 5 key tasks right at the start of your day.
3 to 5. That sounds manageable. Does it really make a big difference, though? Seems almost too simple.
Well, it does. It taps into something called cognitive load. By limiting your focus, you kind of clear the mental clutter.
Okay, makes sense. Less to juggle mentally.
Exactly. And it helps you focus on what actually matters. Think about that 80-20 rule.
Oh, right. The Pareto principle.
Yeah.
Like 20% of your effort gets 80% of the results.
Precisely. So those 3 to 5 tasks, ideally, they should be that 20%, the high impact stuff.
So it's not just about being busy, it's about being effective. I like that framing.
Exactly.
Impact over sheer volume.
And you don't need complicated software for this, right? Like, what tools work?
Oh, anything simple, a basic notes app, Google Keep, Notion if you like it, even just a sticky note on your monitor.
So, low barrier to entry.
Absolutely. The tool isn't the magic. It's the act of deliberately choosing those few vital tasks.
Okay, clear. Now, what about when focus itself is the problem? You sit down to work on that key task, but your mind wanders.
Ah, yes. For that, the sources point towards the Pomodoro Technique. Heard of it?
Vaguely. Something about tomatoes and timers. Break it down for us. Yeah, basically. You work in really focused bursts. 25 minutes of solid work.
Okay.
Then, crucially, you take a 5-minute break. Completely step away.
25 on, 5 off.
Right. And you repeat that cycle. After maybe 4 rounds, 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer break, like 15 or 30 minutes.
Interesting. Why does that work? Seems counterintuitive to keep stopping.
Well, it plays to our natural attention spans, which often are built for hours of unbroken concentration. It gives your brain regular resets.
So it helps prevent burnout.
Yeah,
And maybe good for people who get bored easily.
exactly. It breaks big tasks down, makes them feel less daunting. Just focus for 25 minutes is easier than focus for 3 hours.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay, so we have our focus list, and maybe these work sprints. What else helps structure the day?
That leads us nicely into time blocking.
Time blocking. So like scheduling out your entire day.
Pretty much. You divide your day into specific blocks of time dedicated to specific activities or types of tasks.
Can you give an example?
Sure, maybe 9.0000000 is blocked for deep work on Project X. Then 10.00 to 10.30 is respond to emails.
Got it. So you're making appointments with your tasks.
Exactly. It moves you from just knowing what needs doing to planning when it gets done. Really helpful if you juggle lots of different things.
Yeah, I can see that providing real structure and clarity. Helps prioritize too, I bet.
Definitely. And of course, none of this works well if you're constantly interrupted. Which brings us to distractions.
The bane of modern existence. Especially digital ones, right? Phones buzzing, notifications popping up.
Precisely. The sources really emphasize tackling these simple steps, like turning off non-essential notifications.
Or maybe setting specific times, like only checking social media at lunch and maybe end of day.
Yeah, something like that. Twice a day, maybe. Because those little interruptions, they seem small, but they add up.
Oh, for sure. They fragment your focus. You lose so much time getting back on track after each one. Mindless scrolling is a huge time sink, too.
It really is. So consciously limiting those is key. Reclaiming that focus.
Okay, that makes sense. One last technique that came up: saying no.
Yes. This one's subtle but powerful. Learning to politely decline things that aren't essential or don't align with your priorities.
That can be really hard, though, can't it? You don't want to seem unhelpful.
It is hard, but your time is, well, finite. You have to protect it. The sources suggest having a few polite phrases ready.
Like what?
Things like, let me check my workload and get back to you. Or maybe, thanks for thinking of me, but I can't take that on right now.
So gentle but firm boundaries.
Exactly. It's about recognizing time as a valuable resource you need to direct purposefully towards your goals.
Right. Okay, let's quickly recap then. We've got starting with a focused to-do list, Maybe 3-5 key items based on the 80-20 idea.
Yep. Then using something like the Pomodoro Technique for focused work sprints, those 25-minute blocks.
Then structuring your day with time blocking, scheduling specific activities.
Minimizing those digital distractions, turning off notifications, designated check-in times.
And finally, learning the art of the polite no to protect your time.
Those are the core actionable strategies, really. Things you can experiment with.
Absolutely. Mix and match, see what sticks for you. So, here's a final thought to leave you with.
Go on.
Considering everything pulling at your time each day, which one of these techniques feels like it might actually help you the most right now?
Good question to ponder.
Yeah. Think about it. Even a small shift, like reclaiming 30 focused minutes, could make a real difference, couldn't it? What could you achieve with that extra bit of focused time? Something to think about until our next deep dive.